Welcome, Hoarders. They're playing some more Gran Turismo Sport. And today we are going to be doing the Mazda Roadster Cup. Last time we did the FR Challenge. This has, other than tires, no requirements that need changed. But they automatically will change the tires, so we don't really have to do anything. I do have the max power this car can have, and I made the car, I did as much weight reduction as I possibly could, which, a good thing to do in this game, if it has like a horsepower limit for whatever race you're doing, if it has the horsepower limit, your best bet is to go and make the car as light as possible, because then your power to weight ratio will be better than everyone else's, especially in a race like this where everyone has the exact same car. This might take a little bit to get used to, because I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for about every day this week. So I don't remember how to drive a car. I'm just used to driving horses. Yeah, my wee bitch. I'm not really a big fan of the sports tires, because they do tend to be more for things like drifting. As long as you can keep the wheel going the way you want, you should be good. I actually wonder... Oh, okay, it's right-hand drive, though. That's not a big deal. I do prefer left-hand drive. But certain cars, the left-hand drive's not bad. Like this one, it's not bad at all. It wasn't bad on that Nissan Supra that we did in the last video. I didn't mind that one at all. The ones that I just don't like are when the roof are way too low. I feel like that sounded dumb the way I said that. Cars with the roof too low. That's how I should have probably said it, instead of sounding like an absolute moron. I was going to take it on the inside there, but I decided not to. We only have to pass these 3 people and we're going to be good. And we have all the time in the world to pretty much do that. Slid a little more than I'd like to. We're gonna cut him off. Bitch. Okay, we're good. I like doing the rookie technique of just floor it past him and you'll be set. Now I can get a little more relaxed driving. Oh. Jam it right there. I was actually flooring it a little earlier than that. Get off the left side so we can cut this turn. Oh, we lost it. We lost it. We'll catch back up. That won't be an issue. Shit, I don't know how I lost it there. I know how I lost it, actually. From being an idiot. I should have slowed down for that turn. Instead, I overcorrected when I was steering, so I lost control of the car. Also, it probably doesn't help that I haven't driven this car yet, other than, when I set up my cars, I like to set them up online, on the Nürburgring, usually because that's a fairly good place to go, because you can tell if your car is set up to go too fast for a track. Get her going. This was the turn I fucked up last time. I did good here, but then I overcorrected for this turn. And now we're good. Okay, buddy. If you want to fight, I'll fight you. Beat him like that. Right there. See, this car, I can feel more now that you can't push it too far. You could probably push it further than what I am if you had the soft racing tires on it instead of the sports tires, because, like I said, sports are more willing to let out underneath. I think these are soft sports, so they're still better than, obviously, the medium or hard sport tire as regarding, like, keeping traction onto the track. Hard sports tires are my least favorite in total, because I'm not really a drift car person. Like, this car wouldn't be bad for drifting, and like that, the Nissan Supra, like the other cars that I've used, some of the other ones. But the drift cars I enjoy don't work with drifting. Oh, that was already the end of the lap. Like, the cars that I enjoy drifting in are not good at drifting. Like, I just like cars with extremely high horsepower. I didn't want to do that. We're going to back out, and we're going to start the next track, and I don't know why that was being weird like that. Yes, I want to use the same car. Okay, this one's only a 3-lapper. Oh, this track. Oh, and we're also starting a lot farther back. This track's kind of misleading. Like, you think you're gonna be good for a turn, but the turns are so flat that you just slide. So the best thing to do on these is just use all the straights to your advantage, which there are a couple very good ones. You hear everyone else's tires and mine squealing. Come on, bud. There we go. Just leave them back there. Only in 3rd place. Mine just has a much, much better acceleration with all that other stuff I added. And I can cut corners better. I don't think they can actually legitimately cut corners like I can, but cutting corners on a sandy track is not the best idea because you tend to lose a lot of speed. And what the fuck's going on over there? Come on, and go. Shift. There you go. 7,000 RPM is pretty high for a car. That's about normal. There was this one car on Top Gear I remember seeing that you would shift at 9,000 RPM, which is like a bike. So you're revving pretty fucking high when you shift gears. Okay, I couldn't even tell for a second where the track went. I don't like tracks like this, though. Ones that you have to go what feels really slow, like 46 miles an hour, does not feel this slow. It feels like we're going, I don't know. It felt like we're going maybe 30. Not almost 50. Jam it. Jam that pedal to the floor. Okay, we might have to slow down a bit here. Yes, we definitely do. We definitely do. Definitely. The misleading track strikes again. I swear I'm not a professional. I hate this track. The only tracks I'm good at anymore is like the Nürburgring and Laguna Seca, the Mazda Raceway. I love that track. Those are like my only real two ones. Like I like the Daytona track, but it just gets so boring to just floor it and turn. It's just not entertaining to me. I honestly don't know how they can do it in real life. Like 200 or 500 laps of just going. But granted, in real life, it's probably more stimulating than playing a video game of it. I guarantee it's more stimulating. Go, go, go. Touch the brake. I'm glad this is the last lap. Like, you get what I mean by, like, there's no real, like, this turn here probably has the most incline on it while you're turning. Okay, this is the one that you go quick and then you gotta slow down quite a bit for. I miss the older Mazdas. Those were real fun, like the races that they had with those on the old game, like the 4-hour Mazda endurance race. Granted, I've never done that one yet. I've tried it a couple times, but I haven't beat it yet, because it's just, who has 4 hours to just sit down and drive, unless you're traveling somewhere in real life. Okay, on to the next race. Okay, this is a 2-lapper. And we're going. Move. Yeah, like I said about on the last track that I love, like, the the Mazda Raceway and the Nürburgring. I like them when they're the regular way around. I absolutely hate when there's, like, really fun tracks like that where they reverse it, like the Mazda Raceway. I mostly love it because of that one turn where it dips. Like, you turn left, it dips, and turns right all at the same time. I just love that turn. There's just something about that turn that if you do it in the opposite direction, it's just weird. There's actually a turn similar to that where I live, and it's actually pretty fun to go up if you have a rear-wheel drive vehicle. My one friend, he used to own a big jacked up Ram 2500 diesel, and he would go up that and his suspension was so tight that, like, one wheel would feel like it would go off the ground, and it probably actually did, but going up it just slid the back end. It was, like, so easy to do that, especially with a top-heavy vehicle, because it's a pretty steep incline. I'd like to take my truck out there someday. I haven't really had a chance to take my truck anywhere that I got. I bought a 1989 Chevy S10 Tahoe, and the previous owner made it more like a show car than anything, but believe me, it's not a fucking show car. It's got semi-rusted out cab corners, stuff like that, you know. It's like a beater truck pretty much, except it's got a very strong engine in it yet. And I would love to just actually take that somewhere, but I don't have any place I can currently take it, because where I live it's still snowy, and actually the other day it started turning in ice pretty bad. I dropped my one friend off, and on my way home I took one of the alleys, and it was like no one plowed the alley, so it was just all compacted snow that started melting, and it turned into straight ice. So I just had to, I actually had to just go right through a stop sign, because I could not stop. Obviously, I looked both ways to make the best possible decision, but it was a downhill, just ice. So I was like, I have to go through the stop sign, because there's nothing else I can do. And then, it's just that type of weather that I don't care for it, because the S10 Tahoe is, it's only rear-wheel drive, but it has a really low first gear, which is helpful, but it has street tires on it that the previous owner had already put on, and I would love to get some studded tires, because where I live you can have studded tires for I think like 2 or 3 months out of the year. But I would just buy a different set of rims and stuff too. They'd probably be the stock style rims if I could, just for the rear, because there's no point in putting studded tires on the front if you can't, like, there's no grip you can really get there. What do you think you're doing, bitch? What do you think you're doing? Means I need to speed up, huh? I was getting into the just talking and driving stuff right there, boy. I'd like to put pictures up, but like of my truck, but it looks good if you look at the correct side. I actually have it on my like personal Instagram, but I'm not gonna put that one on here. Actually, since I'm talking about it, check out in the description my Twitter, Instagram, and what else is there? Twitch. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. That's what I got. I recently just started the Instagram. If you guys go over there, you can follow my funny moments that I started posting up. I currently only have like 3, Rainbow Six Siege funny moments. But I make them more heavily edited than my actual videos. I'd like to start editing my videos a little more, but I can't get certain things on my editing software to work the way that they're supposed to. I don't know why. Maybe the videos I was watching of how to do it, they didn't know themselves or something, or I'm doing something wrong, which is a huge possibility. On to the next one. I believe this is going to be our second to last race. This is our second to last race. Okay, I know this track immediately. I think this is actually on this game one of the first races that you do. This is actually, I think, the track that you do the 4-hour endurance on Gran Turismo 5. I enjoy this track slightly. The only turn that I have a problem with is that really long one. On the mini map, it's the one farthest left. It's not a huge problem. It's just I wish you could go faster on it. I don't want to pit myself on someone else's car. Oh, and last week I technically beat the game because it started rolling the credits and everything because I did the other 2 challenges that I had. I only actually had 1 more to do, but I have 2 silver challenges, and I'd like to get those both gold so I could get the trophy for the game. But I'm not that worried about getting it. It's just if I can get something on here, I try to. How about you don't hit me, jackass? He's hitting me because I was enjoying myself. Someone's gonna hit me again, I guarantee it. Nope. Bitch, you thought. And I'm gonna yeet it right past him, brake a little late, drift a little bit, lose all my speed, and then let him pass me. And see ya. I wish I could do more third-person driving. I'm gonna try that. It's just that the camera's too weird, I think. Me immediately switches to third-person driving, almost flies off the track. Car sounds a little bit better, I think, at third person. I do like the older Mazdas, though. Okay, bitch. That guy's a fucking cunt. I hate him. I don't know. I don't trust third person on here. It feels the driving feels more odd, like in total. Feels like you're sliding, or feels like there's more body roll and it's like less responsive. Or I should say more responsive. It like flips around in a way that I don't really like. Feels like you gotta keep going left, right, even on the straights. I would actually love to get a controller for these, even if it was a cheaper one. I thought about it before. I wanted to get a controller back when I had PS3, or I still have it, but back when I gamed a lot more on it. Like with Gran Turismo 5 and 6. I think, honestly, Gran Turismo should probably branch out and do more of, like, a free roam online type thing. I mean, I don't want them to really change the game, but it feels like you're buying the same game over and over, because it's always the same tracks and the same cars, but different cars, I guess. Like, Gran Turismo 5 had probably the game with the most cars. But, like, this one, you have a lot of the cars that were on there, but you're also missing a lot that weren't. The same thing with Gran Turismo 6. Like, 6 and Sport, they got rid of where you could buy cars from a dealer. Or not a dealer, from, like, a used car dealer. Because obviously all cars you buy from a dealer or Craigslist. They should add, like, a little Craigslist thing on here to buy cars. Get them cheap with a shit ton of miles in their total. Okay, on to the last race. Okay, the last race. On a fairly easy track, too. But like I said, with the game, as you get farther and farther, they're going to make it harder and faster cars. We're still, I believe, in the Sunday Cup. But it goes along a little bit faster if you do the videos like I am, where there's like... I could probably do them more often. But as far as now, I just do them every Monday. Because I like to have, like, Mondays, no one likes Mondays, so I try to make it more enjoyable. With a nice, fun, simple video. And going way too fast around a turn and destroying the back end of my car. Okay, we're on 4th, so it's just these 3 fucking bubblegum cars. Why do they have, like, the brightest colors? It's like fucking Easter. Yeah, I brought my pink car, my orange car, and my purple car, and my red car. Red looks normal on this. Red and silver I like on these. Going left and do-do-do. I don't know what do-do-do has to do with anything. I don't even know what that is. Oh, yeah. I have my transmission set so I can hit 180 if I was drafting. So, with its own power, probably 168, somewhere around there. As a guess. That's probably a pretty good guess, I would think. Since I guessed it. I'd have to take it to a different track to be able to hit that, though. Like the, Stage Route X, whatever it is. I think it's Special Stage Route X, which I don't think is a real racetrack, but if it is, that would be really fun to go to. That should be a place where I start setting up cars. Probably wouldn't be a good place, though, because there's no, like, it's not a good place to set up for turning, like your handling lines and stuff. but definitely good for getting the top speed. Because if I actually set up a car on there the other day, with a, what was it? The Dodge Viper, and I set the car as high as everything would go, other than like the suspension and stuff. It was just all power. I gave it as much power as you could get. You couldn't even go a mile. You couldn't even go 1/10 of a mile before you were out of gas. It just used so much fuel, it wasn't even funny. It was actually pretty fucking funny. It would literally, you'd start the race and said you could go 0.1 miles as your full distance. But I guarantee it didn't go that far. It might have. Now that I think of it. Because you could not get your, or no, it wasn't even a mile. It wasn't a mile. It was 0.1 laps. So I don't know how long the actual track was. But that was the distance that it said you could get. And I would go as quick as the car would let me, and I'd get to about 180, maybe 200, and the car would shut off way before I hit my top speed. Because I think the top speed I had set for 160 something. Or no, it was 280, not 160. It was 280 miles I had the limiter at. The only way you could get anywhere near that is if you were on an online one. You could probably do it offline too, but if you were in a session that didn't use fuel. Because the fuel absolutely killed it. Okay. Well, that's going to be the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out one of my previous next and related videos, and make sure you check out my other social medias in the description down below.